Welcome back to Time to Be Arty, where we explore the lives and legacies of cinema's greatest legends. Today, we're diving into the world of Daniel Day-Lewis, who is often described as a method actor to the extreme. For him, acting isn't just about portraying a character, it's about becoming the character completely. He immerses himself so fully into his roles that while on set, he refuses to break character, even off-camera. Let's look at some of his most famous roles and break down why his performances have left such a lasting impression. Daniel Day-Lewis didn't just stumble upon greatness. He studied at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, one of the most prestigious drama schools in the UK, where he received formal training in classical acting techniques. Before making his mark on film, he spent years honing his craft on stage, performing Shakespeare and other challenging roles in the theatre. His training at the Bristol Old Vic and early theatre experience gave him a foundation in the kind of discipline, focus, and emotional depth that would later define his film career. For aspiring actors, this is an important lesson. The road to success begins with training and dedication to your craft. Now let's start with My Left Foot, the role that earned Day-Lewis his first Academy Award. In this film, he portrays Christy Brown, an Irish man born with cerebral palsy who could only control his left foot. Day-Lewis's commitment to this role was legendary. He stayed in character for the entire duration of the shoot. Even when the cameras weren't rolling, he refused to leave his wheelchair. He had crew members feed him, and always spoke in Christy's accent. Critics and audiences praised Day-Lewis not just for his physical transformation, but for his ability to bring depth and humanity to Christy. He didn't play him as a victim, but as a fiercely determined, complex man. The lesson here for aspiring actors: it's in the small details. True immersion in a role can elevate your performance to extraordinary heights. Study the character's physicality, their struggles, and find the emotional truth beneath the surface. Next, we have There Will Be Blood, where Day-Lewis played the ruthless oilman, Daniel Plainview. His portrayal of Plainview is widely considered one of the greatest performances of all time. What made this performance so powerful? Day-Lewis created a character who was not just a villain, but someone deeply human, driven by ambition, greed, and loneliness. Paul Thomas Anderson said Daniel had this incredible focus on Daniel Plainview's internal world. He's frightening because he's so deeply human, and that's what makes his character so compelling. Day-Lewis didn't just create a caricature of a greedy oilman. He crafted a character whose every move, gesture, and decision was driven by internal conflict. His performance was intense, explosive, and terrifying, but also grounded in deep emotional truth. Critics and audiences were captivated by how real he made Plainview feel. For aspiring actors, the takeaway is this: it's not enough to play the surface of a character. Dig deep into their motivations, flaws, and desires. Even when playing a character as ruthless as Daniel Plainview, make them real, complex, and human, showing their flaws. Now let's look at Lincoln, the role that earned Daniel Day-Lewis his third Academy Award. Playing one of the most iconic figures in history, Day-Lewis didn't just imitate Abraham Lincoln, he became him. From mastering Lincoln's distinctive voice to capturing his physical demeanor, Day-Lewis transformed into the 16th president in every way possible. What makes this performance so compelling is its subtlety. Day-Lewis avoided the temptation to overplay Lincoln's larger-than-life status. Instead, he portrayed Lincoln as a deeply human figure, filled with doubt, wisdom, and empathy. It was a quiet, understated performance that moved audiences worldwide. Daniel said, "I felt an enormous responsibility to do justice to his legacy, but I also wanted to show the man behind the myth." The lesson here? Sometimes less is more. Not every role calls for big, dramatic gestures. In Lincoln, Day-Lewis demonstrated the power of restraint and subtlety. As an actor, knowing when to hold back can create more impact than going all out. Be present in the moment, and let your character's internal world shine through. What makes Daniel Day-Lewis such a towering figure in the world of acting? It's not just his commitment to the method, but his ability to bring emotional depth, complexity, and realism to every character he plays. Whether it's Christy Brown's physical limitations, Daniel Plainview's ruthless ambition, or Abraham Lincoln's quiet dignity, Day-Lewis immerses himself completely, delivering performances that stay with audiences long after the credits roll. So what can aspiring actors learn from Daniel Day-Lewis? First, fully commit to your character. Don't just play them, become them. Second, dig deep into their emotional core. Third, do your research about the character and the period in time. And finally, learn when to embrace subtlety. Sometimes the most powerful moments are the quietest ones. Want to learn more about legendary actors? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of acting. Break a leg.